Today our lesson is going to be about counting money. We've counted money many times this year, but today we're going to talk about when the coins are all mixed up. In the past we had our pennies and then our nickels and our dimes, but if you look at my coins here, they're all mixed up. I know that when I count money, I want to start with the coin that has the greatest value. Well, I have a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a penny. Well, the coin that's worth the most here is the dime. So I'm going to start counting here, and a dime is worth 10 cents. After I count my dime, I'm going to look for any more dimes. There are no more dimes, so I'm going to go to the nickels. Well, here's a nickel worth 5 cents. And another nickel worth 5 cents. There's no more nickels, so I'd go and count the next coin, which in this case is the penny, which is worth 1 cent, and the penny worth 1 cent. Now I can go back and do some counting. 10, switch gears, 15, 20, switch gears, 21, 22. 22 cents. Now, a good strategy to use when I'm counting money that's all mixed up is to cross it off once I've counted it. So if I went back and used this new strategy and started with the dimes, I could count 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. 22 cents. Let's take a look at another problem. Here are some coins that are all mixed up. So again, I'm going to start counting with the dimes. A dime is 10 cents. I'd count 10, 20. There are no more dimes. I switch gears, go to the nickels. 25. No more nickels. Look for pennies, switch gears. 26. 26 cents. Now, those of you who have been using hair to help you count, you would start out by saying, okay, a penny is worth 1, it gets a dot. A nickel is worth 5, it gets 1 hair. A dime is worth 10, it gets 2 hairs, 5, 10. And here's another dime, gets 2 hairs for 5, 10 cents. Then I can go back and count. Each hair is worth 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 cents. Whatever strategy works best for you. Let's take a look at another one. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can count up the money. Now, if you want to, you can get out your whiteboard, and for a penny, you can put a P. For a nickel, you can write an N. For a dime, you can put a D. Here's another penny. Here's another dime. And here's another nickel. If you write that on your whiteboard, then you can go through and use a strategy of crossing off the money. Some of you are maybe able to do it just with the video paused. So why don't you pause the video and try and figure out how much money I have here. Alright, do you know how much money I have? Well, let's count. Let's start with the coin that is the greatest value. Looks like the dime is the greatest value. 10, 20. No more dimes, I switch gears. 25, 30. No more nickels, I switch gears again. 31, 32. This set of coins is worth 32 cents. Great job. Let's take a look at another. This time I use P for penny, N for nickel, P for penny, N for nickel, D for dime, D for dime, D for dime. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can figure out how much money I have on the board. Did you figure it out? Well, one strategy I could do is on top of each coin I could say how much it's worth. 1 cent, a nickel's worth 5 cents, a penny's worth 1 cent, a nickel's worth 5 cents, a dime's worth 10, a dime's worth 10, and a dime's worth 10. Now I can go back and count, starting with the greatest value, which is a dime worth 10. I could count 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. This set of coins is 42 cents. Whether you write the amount up on top, or use hairs, or just use skip counting, whatever strategy works best for you, that's the strategy you should use when counting money. I think I have one more for us. Here it is. Will you pause your video, use whatever strategy works best for you, and see if you can figure out how much my coins are worth? How'd you do? What'd you come up with? Well, let's look. I'm going to write the value of each coin up above. A dime is worth 10 cents, a nickel's worth 5 cents, a dime's worth 10 cents, a dime's worth 10 cents, a nickel's worth 5 cents, a dime's worth 10 cents, a penny's worth 1, and another penny's worth 1 cent. Now I'm ready to count, starting with the coin that's of the greatest value, that's worth the most. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52. How'd you do? Did you come up with 52 cents? Great job, everyone. That's the end of our lesson.